Today I'm making liver and onions. Something I remember eating as a kid and I always liked it. Poor people food. All this is internal organs, or offal as it's called in English, which sounds horrible. In Spanish, casquería. Or that may be Valenciano, I'm not sure. My butcher kind of fades in and out between Spanish and Valenciano. Anyway, very humble dish, very simple to, easy to make, very quick. Nutritious, supposedly. I don't know about that. I'm no nutritionist. It tastes good. Okay, the ingredients for liver and onions. Liver, which I have dredged in flour. I soaked this in milk before. The liver I soaked in milk. I've never done that before, but evidently that takes away a little of the harshness of the liver, the strong flavor of liver, which I don't really mind, but I just thought I'd try it. So I soaked it in milk for about an hour, drained it, and dredged it in flour. Onions, of course, which I've cut very, as you can see, like this, large half slices of onion. I'm going to use butter and oil to fry it in, some garlic, and un toque muy español, a little bit of chorizo, which I will fry up ahead of time. This semi-cured chorizo. As you can see, I have some dried meats waiting in the wings, some sobrasada, this guy, and some more chorizo, dried chorizo. Let's get started. First, I'm going to fry up the chorizo. Now, I don't know how much oil is going to be released with this. That's why I cook it alone by itself. Because sometimes, if you put it in with another dish, it'll just flood it with oil. You'll have a cup of fat from the chorizo. So I'm just going to fry this ahead of time. Now, the garlic, I'm not going to bother chopping because no one chops garlic anymore. That's very like 1910 or 2010. All the cool kids just. Anyway, I can't do this with one hand, but I'm just going to crush the garlic and I'll throw that in the pan. Leave the skin on. I'll usually discard it. I just want the flavor of the garlic. Okay, I've removed the chorizo from the pan. I'll add that later. Now I'll add the butter and some oil. And we'll saute the onions and garlic. See, I've just broken the garlic up. And we'll saute the onions. I wouldn't do this with my hands if I didn't have the camera in the other hand, but I washed them. I washed my hands this morning. What the hell you want? Yeah, I've kind of cooked the onions down quite a bit. Maybe a little browner than I would. I'm going to add the chorizo to this and mix it up, and I'm going to take this off the fire. And then I'm going to cook the liver. And then I'll add the liver, add the onions and chorizo with the liver when the liver's cooked. Okay, I'm going to take these out in just a couple of seconds, and I'll take those couple of seconds to give you a quick tour of my kitchen. Greek coffee maker. Well, a briki, as it's called in Greek. Tiny refrigerator. So I've shown you before. I got all my cookware, spices, more pots and pans, ginormous pressure cooker, huge stock pot, not so huge stock pot, cutting board. All the crap, microwave, sandwichera, invented fresh romero, cafetera. I should be full of spices. Some excellent olive oil for eating. Other olive oil for cooking. What else is that? Sunflower seed oil. A little bit of Jerez brandy, or excuse me, sherry. Yeah, because you never know. Knives, other stuff, and we're back to the pan now. More oil. Kind of a lot of liver, gonna need some oil. A couple bay leaves in there. It's very mother used to make liver and onions when I was a kid, and I don't remember anybody else in the family liking it. I love it. Okay, you might notice I had to get a bigger boat. As usual, I may have too much food and too little pan. So I moved up. Okay, the liver is cooked, so I'll add the onion and the chorizo. I'll just mix that in. We've salted this a little bit, maybe a little bit more. With salt, and I'm going to finish this with some red wine just to deglaze the pan and kind of bring out the. And since we have the flour, it'll make a nice little gravy. So a little bit of red wine. I got the pan kind of hot here. So that red wine at the end will just help to, besides deglazing the pan, as I've said many times, deglazing a pan is easier than cleaning it. It'll just fuse all the flavors together better of the onion, the butter, garlic, and of course the liver. A little bit of salt and pepper. And the chorizo. Almost forgot about that. And that is, there we are, liver and onions with chorizo, the tomato